What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So I wanted to talk about this. So it seems like the Michigan fan base is feeling pretty confident going into the Fiesta Bowl this weekend. The semifinal versus TCU, 2 versus 3 college football playoff. Georgia and Ohio State will follow in the Sugar Bowl. And I'm just thinking that, a lot of times you got to trust how the fan base is feeling. If you're a Georgia fan, you shouldn't have trusted that, or you shouldn't have been buying into that JT Daniels was a quarterback. That one didn't age well, but a lot of times the fan base knows. I get comments from you Georgia fans on this channel, and you guys really know your team through and through. Like for example, Michigan, I know they're first deep. Their starters, they're too deep. Most of them are too deep, anyways. And how much they play and whatnot. But I guess Michigan fans feeling confident makes me feel confident, and that's a good feeling, being confident into a game. And I kind of have this thought that kind of reassures me and relaxes me that if Michigan doesn't beat TCU, and not being disrespectful to TCU, then I don't think they really deserve to compete for a national championship, anyways. Because if Michigan really is who they've been all season, they should be able to win this game, even if TCU does keep it close. I think that what's interesting about this game, I think a lot of people are saying that it's going to be a close game, but no one's really talking about Michigan maybe blowing them out. That's something that's started to creep into my mind more and more, and maybe that's my bias coming out as a fan. But if you think about it, Michigan, when you've seen them at their best, you've seen in the second half they're a different team, and not that they're not good in the first half, but in the second half they've just really turned it on. And if they turn it on like they can, and end with like another gear, this game could be one that finally gets out of hand. And not that there hasn't been some in the second half that have gotten out of hand, because there's been a couple, but yeah, this. You definitely could see this one getting out of hand. But, it seems, the temperature or whatever, feeling out the fan base, it seems very confident that they'll get this one done. And, a lot of people are looking ahead to the matchup with Georgia, or even the rematch with Ohio State. But, you really want to play Georgia. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if they played Ohio State again and won, obviously they are the national champions of college football. But then, there would always be that thought in the back of your mind, what if you would have had to play Georgia? And I know people would argue that, hey, Ohio State beat Georgia, so, Georgia wasn't deserving of the national title. But then that thought, you have those thoughts deep down in your mind, in the back of your mind, that it's like, man, maybe they wouldn't have beaten Georgia. Maybe they kind of caught a break as far as, playing another team that they had beaten matchup-wise. So I guess the point I'm trying to make, it's truly an undisputed national title win if you beat Ohio State in the regular season, you win the Big Ten, you beat TCU, who wasn't champions of the Big 12, but a team that, was 12-0 before that loss, the Big 12 championship, and then you beat Georgia, the reigning national champion, the current SEC champion. So, you're really making it undisputed as far as national championship. So, but yeah, just there's so many things that I'm looking forward to in this game. Donovan Edwards explode once again in the second half? You saw, against Penn State, against Purdue, you seem like he's due. You get the feel like he's due for another big run in this, probably in the second half. Ohio State, too. I forgot to mention. Penn State, Ohio State, Purdue, 3 big games. A big run. For Purdue, the one big run, I think he was short. But Ohio State, he had 2 big runs for a touchdown. And then Penn State, he had a big run for a touchdown. So, isn't going to in the first. If it happens in the first half, then you got to think that's part of the recipe for a Michigan blowout. But if it happens in the second half, then you got to believe that's the part of the slow pull away for Michigan. But yeah, that So I'm anxious to see if you guys have seen it. Let me know because I'm looking on DraftKings. I'm interested what the prop bet would be for Donovan Edwards, the over on the rushing total. So I think that'll be interesting. I'd like to take the over unless it's ridiculously high. I just checked the spread on this game. It sits at -7.5. Michigan, the favorite. I would take Michigan. I actually like the bet that Michigan would win between 13 to 18 points. So if you're on DraftKings, I really like that. It's plus 400. To put that in perspective, you could flip 40 into, what was it, 320, I want to say. So, but, I mean, obviously that's, easier said than done because, TCU, these are both two of the top most explosive offenses in college football. And it's one of those games where Max Duggan, you really could believe that he could will his team to keep it close like he did against Kansas State. I mean, if you watch that second half, they really had no business being in that football game. That last drive by Max Duggan just really willed the team down the field. It was, several chunk plays and gave them a shot to win that game that they, it looked like Kansas State was kind of slowly grasping that one away from them. But, yeah. So I'm going to wrap with that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned for more episodes and clips from the show. Till next time. Peace.